What's up, guys? Horror Man back for another review. So today we're just going to take a quick look at the latest from the NECA Toys Loot Crate collaboration. This is called Loot Fright. Now typically when these come in, they come in this black crate, which is basically a black shipper box, kind of looks like a shoe box, and you do get a variety of items with it. Now with this one, I only got it in this cheap mailer bag, so if you're expecting this, definitely check your mailbox because you may not have it come in that big box. Now you do get a few items with this crate. The main attraction, of course, is going to be the NECA Toys figure, but I do want to show you the other items. First item will be the VHS cover pin for The Exorcist. You also get this Ben Cooper scarf, which is really cool. The scarf itself is nice. It's got that Ben Cooper logo on there, which is cool. And then you get this argyle pattern with a bunch of different faces. You can kind of see the devil face, the cat, and then if you rotate it, you can see like the skull on here and the clown. So a couple really neat characters, and you have that kind of like tassel at the bottom of it. So, and of course you have the Ben Cooper tag for rubies, and I think it's a really nice little addition. I definitely think this is going to be a very rare item in the future. And then finally you do get the Universal Studios Monsters creature figure. Now this is a variation of the regular Ultimate that they've already released, but it's basically a nod to the old Burger King Kids Club meals. So you got these old like toys in there, but they've uniquely called it Lootcrate Crypt Club. And we kind of went over this when I did that Dracula review, if you watched that. But what I really love about these is they do come in that classic plastic packaging like the kids' toy came in, but instead it is in that resealable Ziploc bag, which is nice. So you get this really cool frame, or like this kind of shield, which is basically what the old packaging looked like. You get the logo on here, you get some other logos in the center like NECA Toys, some warning. Of course, again, you get that Crypt Club logo. If you just open up the Ziploc, you don't have to destroy the bag, so you can keep it. Get a couple cool little things in here. And unfortunately, because of the way they put it in that cheaper shipping bag instead of the crate, it did get crunched up pretty good. So you can see this is really bent up, which is a shame because it's a really cool little insert card. But you also get this little sticker in here, which is in not bent up shape. It's a cool little black and white creature sticker. And then here's the figure outside of that packaging, and I think NECA did a really nice job of representing that original toy. It's basically done in this green translucent plastic with these bright neon eyes. Now if you have the regular Ultimate creature, it's basically going to be the same figure, nothing really new here. It's going to be that mouth open head sculpt. It's not going to be the one with the articulated jaw, it's just going to be your basic open mouth head sculpt. Just taking a close-up of that head sculpt. Again, if you have that original figure, you should pretty much know what to expect. It is a really nice head sculpt, and I do like that we got the mouth open head sculpt, and you can really see the details. Even with that translucent green, you can really see the details and the scales on that face. Taking a look from the side, again, just really nice sculpting, great texture on the side here, going all the way up to the back of the head. Quick shot of the other side of the head, again, same great details, really nice sculpting. Here's a shot of the back of his head. You can see a little extra neck part right here, which is really cool. Looking at the torso, again, just really nice details. Even though it's this green translucent, you kind of get this iridescent kind of look to it with a slightly different green, so I really like how that's happened. I do like that there's a little bit of a variation. Looking at the back of him, just tons of details going on. You got some little fins on the back of his forearms, and then you have this awesome fin that goes up his spine and kind of goes into the neck. One of my favorite little details in his design, and they've really captured it well with this figure. He only includes one set of hands, and they basically give you the kind of relaxed or like almost fully opened hands. They're not quite all the way open, so they have a slight bend to the fingers, so these will be really good for your swimming poses. And you can see the scales on the inside of the hand as well, just really nice detail going on. And then finally down to the legs. Again, you can see a variation in the color with like the thighs and the shins, and the knees are a little bit lighter green. So I don't know if it's just like the way they layered the plastic or the different plastics that are used, or if it's just a difference in color, but I do like the variation as opposed to being one solid color. But really nice scales texture wise, really nice looking. Got those webbed feet just like his webbed hands, and of course they are in that really awesome clear green. And then over to the back again, more of those fins on the thighs and then on the backs of his legs, which look really cool, all the way down to the feet. So just really nice details. So if you have any of these Universal Monsters creature figures from NECA, you pretty much know what to expect, the articulation. We'll take a look at it a little bit. I'm not going to go over too much of it because, well, we pretty much already know what to expect. So you can turn the head pretty good. He can look down real far. He can look up pretty good as well. Does have plenty of rotation. There's a lot of like segments here. So if you can move just the chest, rotate it. You can move just the waist a little bit. Not much at all. But really the motion for twisting is going to be at the top. Legs go out pretty far. You do have a twist, which is nice. And then you do want to make sure you rotate this knee right. You do get that double jointed knee. A little bit of articulation in the ankles too, which is really good. This guy actually moves really well. You got the double hinged elbows. I mean, he could really move those elbows really well. Go up pretty far, so if you want to do your swimming pose, you could try to get that going. I reviewed this figure before, like the regular version, so if you want to, you could always go back and look at that. But again, there's tons of articulation in this guy. You could get plenty of poses. So if you haven't bought one of these creatures before, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with the articulation. For the first comparison, here he is next to the regular version of the creature, and you can see how much different they look. And it's really just a matter of translucent green, so it's really cool to see these two next to each other. Now, of course, you can't really interchange anything. If you wanted to, you could, but they're definitely not going to match. For the next comparison, here he is next to a couple other Universal Monsters NECA toys. So you have the glow-in-the-dark Phantom of the Opera with that vinyl cape, and he is an exclusive. And then you also have that Lootcrate Crypt Club Dracula, which is also that nod to that old Burger King Kids Club figure. Now this one doesn't glow in the dark, but it does have that classic head sculpt, just like the old Burger King figure. Now I don't have that old creature from the Burger King Kids Club, but I do have the Dracula, just to give you an idea of just how small they are, but it is really cool how close they get them to look like these old toys. Alright, so for the final comparison, here he is next to some other aquatic characters or some green characters. So you have Abe Sapien based on the original Hellboy movie. You have the Reptile based on Mortal Kombat, and that's made by Storm Collectibles. And then you have the Michelangelo from the TMNT Secret of the Ooze movie. As you can see, these are pretty well in scale with the creature. Alright, so that's my review of the Loot Crate Crypt Club Universal Studios Monsters Creature from the Black Lagoon. And I do think this is a really solid offering. Again, I do like the pieces included. I think the scarf is cool. The pin is okay, but I definitely like the figure. Anytime they do the translucent, I'm definitely one for that. I just think it makes a really neat looking action figure. And if you're looking for just something to recreate something from your childhood, especially these classic kids club, toys, this is definitely going to be one for you. So at the end of the day, it really is another variant for the creature. So for some people, that's not going to be enough to warrant the cost, which honestly I don't think is very expensive. It's about $35 for the crate, and that's the going rate for each different crate that you get. And you can get a subscription, or you could just get a one-time thing and just cancel your subscription. But I do think it's really cool. The only one left so far is the Wolfman. We still haven't seen any pictures of that one, so I'm interested to see how he turns out. Alright, so that will do it for my review. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you have a comment or question, go ahead and leave that in the comments section below. And until next time, guys, see ya!